The blue areas are the nowadays buildings, and you can see how disordered are the streets, yes? Nothing follows an order. Part of the medieval wall, and this small quadra, Carl Major, medieval Jewish quarter from the 12th to the 14th century. Let's across it, this one. El Cal, see the sign here or here, E-A-C-A-L-L, Jewish district.
Well, we can do the lift. That's where.
Oh, that's why you're saying two. It's bigger enough because all the people.
Well, actually, didn't realise that we were going to pop out both it, but now I'm positive that we should do that.
We are right now in what used to be the medieval Jewish district. You familiarize with Jewish history a little bit?
Yes.
Yes? Let's try to make a resume. From the 12th to the 15th century, 4,000 members lived here. They all lived together because they had the synagogue,
Right.
the mikveh, purification baths, yes, the butchers, the bakers. So it was easy for them to live together. The Jews in Spain belong to the king, belong a property of the king, like the soldiers, like the land. The Jews, they didn't pay their taxes to the bishops or to the archbishops, they paid their taxes to the king straight. And from the king, they got back protection. The main difference in between the Jews and the Christians, the Jews all literate,
Yes.
all,
Yes.
100%. They spoke Latin, Hebrew, and Catalan, our language. Why? Because since they were very little, to study the Talmud, yes,
Yes.
it was the only way, yes.
Right.
Doctors, astronomers, cartographers, bankiers, commercemen,
Right.
clever. The king was surrounded by Jews,
Right.
tax collectors, ambassadors, yes. For every single bad thing, negative thing that happened in town, the Jews were blamed or accused.
Yes.
Whatever. A,
Always.
a bad harvest hangs on the rain, on the weather, the Jews were guilty. A kid disappeared to the other side of the city, the Jews were guilty. A princess celebrate a 3-day wedding, the Jews pay an extra tax. Always the worst part. Hate increased little by little. 98% of the Christians were illiterate, you understand? Analphabets, unable to write or to read. Ignorance. Only the nobility and the high ecclesiastical authorities knew to write, read, count, you understand? Ignorance always easy to manipulate, you know. Anti-Semitism increased step by step. 1350, 1360, the plague. The plague
Yes.
arrived in Barcelona and killed 50. Half of the population passed away. Half. It's
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah.
50. The Jews were accused in Sevilla. So you have been to Sevilla,
Yeah,
to the south. The bishop from Sevilla accused the Jews to poison the water. No, they didn't poison the water, but they were accused.
Yeah.
Christians, Muslims, and Jews were drinking the same water. It was like dynamite. This went like dynamite to all the cities. All the cities with a Jewish district, all those districts were attacked, burned alive, executed, tortured. Horrible. The ones that survived this tremendous siege, they survived, and this turned into a ghetto with closed doors. You understand ghetto?
Yes, yes,
Yes?
yes.
They were obligated to live time to time here. They just could leave the ghetto a few hours a day. They were marked with a circle. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
We have letters from the nobility from Barcelona, from the marquis, from the prince, from the counts, to the king, complaining, how can you permit those Jews to be dressed like pretending to be nobles? Because the Jews have the money.
Yes.
They control the commerce of the silks from Far East and the spices from Far East to the Mediterranean and back with manufactured products. So many times they were better dressed than the little nobility.
Right.
And this was not very well accepted.
No.
Did you understood more or less? 1492, discovery of the Americas. The Catholic kings also reconquered Granada. The last
Yeah.
sheikh was expelled from
Yes.
Granada in the south. And Queen Isabel, she was ultra Catholic. She didn't want in her kingdom people that was following other religion like Jews or Muslims. 100,000 Jews living in Spain had two options: to convert into Christianism, be baptized to stay, or leave the country with the clothes on. 50,000 left. If you say that you raised and grew in New Jersey, yes, this area, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, Massachusetts, Boston, Washington, if you have friends that are Jews and tell you we Sephardi Jews,
Yes.
Sephardi means that they are descendants from the Jews we expelled 500 years ago. You understand?
Yes.
And 50,000 left. 50,000 stay. Hola. 50,000 left. 50,000 stay. The ones that stay accept the baptism ceremony just to stay because they had here their business, living here for centuries, their
Yes.
families, but they kept secretly their religion inside the houses. If some Christian knew that they were false converters, they were denounced and executed. You understand?
Yeah.
Very difficult to survive for them. You understood more or less?
Yeah. Oh, perfectly.
Yes?
Perfectly.
You can ask me things. Nowadays in Barcelona, they are not living anymore here. We also have again back 4,000 Jews, but they are living in the northern part of the city where they are 4 synagogues, the most expensive residential area. Well, can you see the streets here? So narrow. Look to the laundry hanging here. It's charming, but it's not very comfortable. Why? You cannot drive here.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You understand? And many of those buildings, they don't have even a lift or an elevator. And in the lower level, pretty dark. Just the ones to the upper part have more light. You understand? So
You need pulleys to bring your stuff up. Yeah.
and legs.
Destroying documents, destroying artifacts, and converting another.
This is the oldest part of the city, of Barcelona. Exactly. They, 4, 5, they come with electric cars, meaning that are able to drive in here, and they have like, how do you say, like water pressure.
Yes.
It's controversial, this thing, huh? Because this is not a country where we have a lot of water, you understand? So it's a little bit controversial. But sometimes it's a little bit smelly. Yes?
Yeah.
So in this way, we also somehow disinfect